Especially. Especially. Teenagers are very fashion conscious, especially girls. He didn't especially like dancing.
Essay. Essay. I have to write an essay this weekend. He wrote an essay on overpopulation.
Every day. Every day. Change is a part of everyday life in business. Everyday chores like shopping and housework. I get up at 6 every day.
Everywhere. Everywhere. I've looked everywhere. Everywhere was in darkness.
Evidence. Evidence. Researchers have found clear scientific evidence of a link between exposure to sun and skin cancer. The study finds little evidence of overt discrimination.
Exact. Exact. The new palace is an exact replica of the original building. The exact details were still being worked out.
Exactly. Exactly. It's exactly 9 o'clock. They met in 1989 and got married exactly 2 years later.
Excellent. Excellent. An excellent book. The lorry was in excellent condition. What a lovely idea. Excellent.
Exist. Exist. Does life exist on other planets? A minority of people exist on unemployment benefit alone. Dossiers existed on almost everyone of prominence.
Expect. Expect. The company is expecting record sales this year. It's as well to expect the worst.
Experience. Experience. My lack of practical experience was a disadvantage. He had learned his lesson by painful experience. Audition day is an enjoyable experience for any 7-year-old.
Experiment. Experiment. To do an experiment. A laboratory which carried out experiments on pigs.
Expert. Expert. To seek expert advice. An expert in health care. He had received expert academic advice.
Explanation. Explanation. The most likely explanation is that his plane was delayed. The birth rate is central to any explanation of population trends.
Express. Express. Teachers have expressed concern about the changes. He expressed complete satisfaction. An express bus.
Expression. Expression. What's the meaning of the expression on cloud 9? A sad expression. The prisoners developed a dialect as an everyday means of expression.
Extreme. Extreme. Extreme cold. We are working under extreme pressure at the moment. The extreme northwest of Scotland.
Extremely. Extremely. It is extremely important to follow the directions exactly. This is an extremely difficult thing to do.
Factor. Factor. Obesity is a major risk factor for heart disease. His skill was a factor in ensuring that so much was achieved. An amount that exceeds it by a factor of 1,000 or more.
Factory. Factory. A car factory. A clothing factory.
Fail. Fail. Many diets fail because they are boring. He failed in his attempt to secure election. The firm failed to give adequate risk warnings.
Fair. Fair. A fair deal. A fair/price.
Fall. Fall. I had a bad fall and broke my arm. Bombs could be seen falling from the planes. She fell down at school today.
Fan. Fan. Sports fans. Football fans. A couple of ceiling fans, lazily turning.
Farming. Farming. He has a small farm that specializes in dairy farming. Organic farming is becoming increasingly popular. The farming industry has been affected by the recent drought.
Fashion. Fashion. The latest fashion trends. The work is done in a rather casual fashion.
Fear. Fear. Her eyes showed no fear. I hated him but didn't fear him anymore. I cowered in fear as bullets whizzed past.
Feature. Feature. An interesting feature of the city is the old market. A well-appointed house with interesting decorative features. A special feature on children's reference books.
Female. Female. A female student. A herd of female deer.
Fiction. Fiction. A work of popular fiction. They were supposed to be keeping up the fiction that they were happily married. The traditions of British fiction.
Field. Field. The team has been performing well in the field this season. The farmer plowed the field ready for planting. She has a degree in the field of computer science.
Fight. Fight. A street fight. He'd got into a fight with some bouncers outside a club.
Figure. Figure. The latest sales figures. She had always been so proud of her figure. The issue of nuclear policy figured prominently in the talks.
Finally. The performance finally started half an hour late. He finally arrived to join us.
Finger. She ran her fingers through her hair. She raked her hair back with her fingers.
Finish. She finished the race in first place. I've nearly finished my homework. He promised to finish the job by the end of the week.
Firstly. There are two reasons for this decision. Firstly, it is wrong, and secondly, it is extremely difficult to implement.
Fishing. He spends his weekends fishing in the lake. The boat has all the necessary equipment for deep-sea fishing. Fishing is an important industry in many coastal towns.
Fit. Top athletes have to be very fit. The house was not fit for human habitation. My family keep fit by walking and cycling.
Flat. Low buildings with flat roofs. He sat down on a flat rock. I'm sorry, he said, in a flat voice.
Flu. The whole family has the flu. She was in bed with flu.
Fly. A fly was buzzing against the window. Close the door or the moths will fly in. She ran after him, her hair flying behind her.
Flying. Flying insects. A flying ant.
Focus. It was the main focus of attention at the meeting. This generation has made the environment a focus of attention. His face is rather out of focus.
Following. Answer the following questions. Police are hunting for two men following a spate of robberies in the area. He attracted a worldwide following.
Foreign. What foreign languages do you speak? Foreign currency. I suppose this all feels pretty foreign to you.
Forest. A tropical forest. A forest of high-rise apartments. A pine forest.
Fork. To eat with a knife and fork.
Formal. Ladies in formal evening wear. A formal complaint. I don't know enough about art to appreciate the purely formal qualities.
Fortunately. I was late, but fortunately the meeting hadn't started. Fortunately, no shots were fired and no one was hurt.